was the performance the second time?
I got 449. I missed by a month.
You cannot just say that.
Anasema ni kama ati tuseme
tuendelee. Now let me break it down so that you don't see how smart I wasn't as smart. That year was the best.
Acha tusikie.
That year was the best ever, and people were saying there was leakage. Well, in our side there wasn't any leakage. I think there was a first person who got a 480 that year. Yeah, so maybe
in Kenya.
It was in Kenya.
It was 500.
Yes, it was 500.
480 or 400, you got 449.
Amazing, yes, because I was Rift Valley. I didn't even make in the Gazette.
Still,
in the newspaper, I wasn't even in the list.
Ni sawa.
I got her for 49.
Haikuwa gazetted.
That is top 100 people. You can't.
In the country?
In my province, what other country? In the province, I didn't even make the cut.
You didn't even make top 100.
I didn't make the cut.
Oh.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Pulpit Podcast. This is episode 15. My name is Tresian. I'm your host, kama kawaida. Very fresh. Very, very, very fresh. Brand new guest. Brand new everything apart from your hosts and my co-host.
And the slides.
Brand new. Najua mna notice kuna vitu zime change. Unakuwa kila time tuna record vitu vichangeanga. Vitu we are growing.
Naingianga studio na shanga.
We are growing. Another improvement. Yet another. And soon we are going to move to a studio. Naambia vitu ni nzuri. Before we continue, this is our humble reminder that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, I'm giving you 1 second. Kama unasikiliza. Kama unatusikiliza kwa Spotify, enda YouTube, finya tu subscribe. Ni bure.
Very thoughtful.
Ni bure. Kama unatuwatch na umefika this second na huja subscribe. Finya tu hapo alafu utupatie like. 1 second. Thank you. God bless you. And that is how BTP is going to grow. Our guest today, Larry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Nimekuangalia.
Unashindwa. This one does not care about me. Relax. I care. I do care. Umekuaje?
Nimekuwa salama.
How is life doing? How is it going? You know you're an adult now. Unajua ni mtu mzima.
Life is great.
It's great. It's great. That's it.
It's great.
Job,
I'm enjoying work is nice. Labda uniteka guest. Ka unataka ni
There's a lot you want to unpack.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Labda tu nikae kwa hisi.
Tutaongea wakati wa break. Oh
sawa.
No. Oh sorry.
Hapana.
But things are going to be okay. God is with you.
Yeah.
God is with you. Hata mimi nimekuwa poa. Thanks for asking.
Thank
you very much for asking. Nimekuwa fiti. Life is going great. We thank God.
Okay.
Thank God for the rains. We thank God for
our guests.
So many things. We thank God for BTP and our team. Yeah, I think that tunaweza introduce our very good guest today. Trevor Mwangi. Kiprono. Kipkemoi. Ako na majina mingi na ako ndani ya serikali. If you know, you know. I know you are Kenyan, so you know. You know what I'm saying? Watu wa Bomet, chamge.
Una push your agenda wewe.
Chamge, watu wa serikali. Mimi najua hapa ukisikia jina Kip tajiri.
So washasikia Kip
President na yeye same thing. They speak the same language. Hi Trevor.
Ukipata kazi
usituache. Waambie kuna podcast tunaweza kuja ku unravel siri za serikali. We are beyond the pulpit. Sisi hatuendi kwa motivate.
Yes.
Karibu set yetu ya BTP. This is where magic happens.
Sure.
You're not a guest on set, so you've been hapo nyuma, so karibu sana in front of the camera.
Yeah, he's been kwa audience.
Amekuwa kwa audience, and he's also a very loyal fan to BTP. It is only fit we interview you. Wache kukua tu behind the scenes, wache kwa fans. Sasa hata wewe usemange nilikuwa BTP. This is going to be a bragging right.
Yeah.
Give it a few more episodes. Give it a few more. A few more years. Yes. Already it is. That is so nice.
Alikuwa anasema sitawahi kuja hapa. Sitawahi kalia hiyo kiti.
Oh my God. Now what are we going to talk about? Leo utajua. Today you're experiencing what we talk about as guests. I know you know BTP and what it means, so must nikueleze, no? So now we can just tell us, introduce yourself, what you do, who you are, and how and where you serve in ministry. I think that's something, Larry, that's something we need to do. Ask our guests where they serve because of our name.
By the way.
What capacity they do serve in church. Because wanajuanga too, this one is a minister because of our platform, but we don't know where they serve.
And by now hata kila mtu ashajua church gani.
Yeah. But now, we are going to grow, right? We're not going to be focusing on people from
just KWBC.
Yeah, we are going to expand. So it is only fit we also know where you serve.
Sure.
Juu kama mimi najua kwenye una serve juu kwa kanisa yetu. Where I worship, where we worship.
Yeah.
But now in future where we'll have other guests from other churches and other other places, other countries, we'll need to ask. So yeah, I think that's a thing we need to introduce in our introduction. Lol. Yeah, so karibu sana, introduce yourself.
Thank you Tracy, thank you Larry. I think it's an honor to be here at
It's
VTP.
an honor.
Yeah, this is I think one of the best podcasts. I think there's none I've followed this much.
Oh.
Maybe it's because I'm invested.
Yeah. You've been here.
I love the people. I love what I see, and I can say for sure I am honored to have been called to be on this hot seat. So my name is Trevor Mwangi, as Tracy has well said. All 4 names are in my ID, and you can confirm for sure.
Yeah.
Number
we did.
M-Pesa.
We did.
So tuiweke hapo wa confirm.
We did. Lol.
For sure. I am a son, a brother, a father, husband. Yes, all in one. So I can say husband to one wife.
Born woman.
Born woman. Yes.
Very key.
Where?
I can go ahead and say I'm in a hostel of ladies because I have 2 daughters. So that home, I'm the only man of the home. I love it as it is. Then 4. We are 4 in my family. So my father, my mom, and a brother. So that's me as the nuclear. Where I serve in church at KWBC is I serve as a teacher, a discipleship teacher, and I am happy to be facilitating the team that take that class. I'm also in the ushering ministry, which I have been since, I think that was in 2014. A year after I joined KWBC.
Wow.
So that has been the place I've been. Yeah, and more so I'll let you know elsewhere where I served.
Okay. I think I first met you
at the
Kwa
church
reception.
office.
hapo kwa front office. That is where I knew you.
And did I serve you well?
You did.
Of course.
You did. Of course you did.
You can't say anything bad
I
in front of
cannot.
camera?
No.
That's
Good. It's good PR.
Thank you
But
so
we are
much.
not doing bad PR here.
Even off camera. See, just because tuko on
Acha
camera.
kumchocha sana.
But
Uni boys. Lazima tumchoche mbele ya kamera. Anyway, you've been here. So no, let me treat you as a guest last if you've never been
unataka
here.
aji host
Ni kidogo nimwambie sasa su run
You
show
go ahead.
juu umeshaikuwa hapa. Anyway, Trevor, tell us where you grew up, how you grew up, a brief history of your life. In primary school, if you bounced around schools and all of that, how you came into salvation, which is very important.
Key,
very key. Campus, and then now we're going to talk about your career amongst other things.
That's a whole book.
Unataka tukeshe.
But I am
Tunaweza
good with
tengenezewa
summary. I am good
kahawa
with
ingine.
summary. I am good with summary.
check it.
No issue, yeah?
An audiobook.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So let me start off. So as we are the millennials, I'm happy to be considered there. Yeah, no mentioning of but so I was born in Jami Hospital. Just here, I think it's in Isili. Born there, raised in Kahawangware, 46. Just to confirm. Then we moved to Satellite. Satellite is the other side of the road. That's where we went, and from there I grew into my primary life areas like Kabiria, for those who are in Kabiria and have been there. So I think that's where we were also plugged in a church called the Riruta Baptist Church. And from there, we also got to join with the community. Happy to mention also, as I go ahead, that in the Riruta Baptist Church, maybe just to mention before I talk about my salvation life,
Okay.
that was when I was in standard 4, class 4. I was given an opportunity to serve as the minister of a service. So I preached in a service.
Class 4?
Yes, at class 4.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Yeah, so what happened, and I am grateful for my mom. So she was well involved with the church. She was the Sunday school teacher there. She mentored also the youth there. And so there was this Sunday school Sunday, more like what we do here in Kahawa West. Yes, and for that now they were like, who would we call to
preach?
Yes. So she was like, let me have my son. So all credits to her, first because she had that opportunity, and secondly she prepared the sermon. I remember the sermon well. The sermon was on Daniel 4 about Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
That whole story. Yes, but it was so good.
The fact that your mom even volunteered you to preach, it means she saw something, and she saw that you have the ability to preach.
Well, God knows.
Yeah, you can't just volunteer. Unajua kuna mimi mtoto wangu hawezi fanya hivyo, but she said mtoto wangu atafanya hivyo.
Oh, for sure.
God.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, the funny story you'll hear about it, for those who remember, I think from our church there are 2 people who were once in Riruta Baptist, right? And they would remember that there was some soda crate. The crate I was given so that I could now reach that height. Yes.
The thing, what's that thing called?
The pulpit?
Pulpit. No. Pulpit is not there.
Oh, it's the whole thing. You're right.
That stand,
yes, that stand
thing where they place
so
the Bible. Mnatuelewa.
Inaitwa nini? You know, altar.
Altar is also a thing. With
the whole area?
Well, mukijua hiyo jina mtuambie kwa comment section. Mimi hiyo jina. Wait, unajua?
So that's that, yeah.
Oh, I thought our director for the day, I thought anajua ni gani. But
director for the day.
You had to step on a crate.
Yes, I did. It was so good. Because the way it was all planned was that I would interact with the audience. There'd be a time I'd be asking them, how do you see yourself if you are Nebuchadnezzar in this situation, that now you are not having any clothes on you, that you have all hair and you're trying to eat grass and you're once a king. It was so good. Now try
that is
to remember.
So interesting.
It was.
At class 4, preaching.
It was.
Class
now,
4.
What danger it did is, I was the following year, actually not the following year, because that was, I think, during my holidays. Now when I returned to school, I was in boarding, I think, was it in class 5? One of the teachers used to come to
church.
Yes. So she remembered. She was like, Trevor can preach one of these Sundays.
At
she
school?
She fronted my name.
In school?
Yes, now in school. She's like, the same way you did, I don't know how you did it, do it again.
Oh no.
Hey, utajitetea.
Pressure.
You have to do.
The pressure increases.
That is God now helping you.
Oh,
you don't even maybe remember everything.
So the 2 times you preached, you are volunteered for. Someone volunteered on your behalf.
Yes.
Yo, dangerous but good.
Ile situation ya mtavolunteer ama nichague.
Hapa kukua na crowd wanaulizwa. I know a person. I know a guy.
Trevor.
I know a guy. Yeah, I know a guy.
Worry no more.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Yeah, so that happened. So that is class 4. But then back now to mention my salvation. My mom has been very critical in my faith walk, where she has been part of my walk. Like from when we were little, she would say, you are either going to church or tafuta nyumba ingine. Then she also mentions to you, by the way, salvation is not a household thing. It's yours.
Oh.
You know, if today you are to go away, like if you are to pass away, the way you have chosen is that not of God, and you'll end up in hell.
Okay.
So there was that pressure.
Yeah.
But I think what she was also trying to inform us was that just know that there is an end to everything, that you must maybe make a decision. So I remember one time when we were going to, that was Kenya Science. It was around this Ngong Road.
Oh, Kenya Science is a place?
It is a place, yes.
Okay.
Just opposite Junction Mall, there is Kenya Science.
It's still there?
Should be. If it isn't, that was the place.
Okay.
So we went there after some service, and then we got, actually the whole Sunday school department was there. Then after the preaching, I believe they were talking about John 3:16. It was the teaching then. So they did the altar call, and I was like, maybe this is the last chance I have, or I don't know about tomorrow. That's what I've been told since I was at home. So I was like, so the person mentioned, hey, anyone who wants to get saved, and I was like, oof, I don't even want to know whether anybody else will read.
Yeah, it's time for me.
Yes.
Wow.
And
that's a conviction.
For sure. Yeah, I can't say anything played a part there.
Yeah.
But that happened, and I loved.
And that was in class?
That was in class 1. That was when.
Hey,
Do
Trevor.
I say the year? Hey, you'll count backwards.
Yeah, to count. Me, I know people, I know my friends, and I know we think the same. Tutaanza class 1 nafaa kuwa class 6. That was in 1902. Okay.
Acha nikwambie Trevor atakushika.
It's-
Hata hizo maswali venye
it's
anauliza hiyo ndo ya kwanza.
Wacha kuchoma Larry. Unanichomea sasa. Gamba watakuwa
For
wananiambia
sure, you get
miaka.
me somewhere. But I remember it was March 31st, 30th, either of those days. And after that, I got, my mom was so happy. So I don't remember my brother's salvation, but then I know from there we had that walk of
With
this
mom.
household. Yes, we are now talking about salvation. Yeah. So I've been raised in a Christian family. It has been that way. So my mom has been with us most of the journey, and yeah, hers is, it's faith or not faith. She
There's
doesn't
no
know
in
another
between.
language. Yes, it's,
Yeah.
and that's her actually. So I was in a school called Lepic. So Lepic is where I joined.
I have a question before you
Yes.
proceed about studies.
Yes.
At class 1, were you able to understand salvation?
In
I
my-
like asking that because I feel like when I was in class 1, apart from Sunday school, nothing else
Tulikuwa tunajua
rang in my mind.
kukanyaga
shetani. You get
Yes,
like
tunajua
even though
kukanyaga.
tulikuwa tunafunzwa.
Sure.
So at class 1,
Yes.
you understand.
Yeah, and I think understanding will come with age.
Yeah.
You will find the younger people don't really get the grasp of it. But I already knew that salvation is only in Christ. That it's only Christ who's saving.
Okay.
There's no any other way. It's not you being in this family of us going to church. It is not you are doing good that will help you be saved, and there is a destination to everything. So that part I understood, and so I knew that it was a decision that had to be made. So as I grew, for sure, I've now
You've now
known
understood.
what is salvation.
Okay.
Yeah, I know there's the decision part, and I believe even for that, really, even man can't make on their own that decision.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, that's how it happened. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I still say for families that have children, raise them up knowing God. There's nothing like too young to know God. They will give their life then. And as people maybe they will say tokoka mara sijui ngapi kabla akuje kuelewa what really salvation was, but you'll find that it will be God trying to keep them
in the ways.
salvation.
Mi najua we used to say nimeokoka simply because you go to church, you're coming from a family that is Christian,
you are born
you know.
Christian.
Yes.
So umeokoka. I have a friend who says niliokoka tangu nizaliwe because he's a pastor's kid.
Yes.
We still argue about that till day. But too, by association of being in a Christian family, umeokoka. But now as you grow older, you understand that you're siku.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're just attending church.
Yes, and I'm thinking also make it clear.
Yeah.
Yes, that you're not saved by
You're not.
being in this.
Yeah, you're not saved by association.
Yes,
You know,
It's not by
there are some
association.
households that mzazi akitoka na kama uendi church anakwambia basi toka nifunge nyumba
Yes.
yangu.
Yeah.
Toka nifunge nyumba
Unalala
yangu.
kwa nyumba ya
Eh,
nani?
That one happened for Trevor now as part.
Who didn't? Oh my goodness.
acha nifunge nyumba
That
yangu
was a
basi.
threat. It didn't help that my mom was also a Sunday school teacher, so hakuna venye nina hata Sunday school na yani it does not help at all. But we thank the Lord.
Amen.
We thank the Lord. Proceed from now.
Yeah.
Lepic.
Lepic, the school. So I was in Lepic from my baby class, did until class 7 or call it 6. nikaenda class 8 where I skipped class 7 because of a wonderful teacher, Mr. Muthoka, believed that I didn't need to do class 7.
You are smart.
He thought. And
He's being very humble. Goodness, you're being so humble. You are smart. Sema yes, I am. Claim it.
Moving on.
Hapendi kushow off. You have a very humble guest today.
So class 8,
ingepata jamaa
I
fulani.
met smart people. Now this is where I want to contrast that
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
People are smart. And
No, in
I
class
met-
8.
Yes, no, I'm going to class 8. I'm meeting people
You
who are
didn't feel a bit of
pressure.
not even pressure. Age-wise, uko class 6. At class 6, you're supposed to be around 12. And then you're going to class 8 where you're meeting 14-year-olds.
No, uko 13.
And the beauty then, I think there was no, like Nemis now trying at people to be at the same age.
Nemis works.
You'll find people, I believe it works.
Oh, God.
I believe it does.
Okay. Well,
what I'm
something
trying to
should
say
work.
is, I met people who are young, even at that class. And I was like,
okay.
this
Oh,
is
my
not
peers.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And people they were smart.
Smart.
Yes. So we did our KCP, got my 390, Safi. I was happy about it.
Those are good marks.
And now I remember why I wasn't happy about it. There is something that may have happened where I thought I would best someone who I was besting throughout the year.
Okay.
Until KCP, they bested me. I was like, how did this work? Yeah, like,
Did you think that?
how did it work? No. So okay, then secondly, then I was called to Upper Hill.
How many points?
No, I'm trying to
Somea huko.
Kwani mnajua nilikuwa hapa? Is it that obvious?
Oh my goodness. Do you know how much you speak about it? Let's not get into it. Even our audience knows.
Mpaka amesema hapa
Yeah.
hill. I'm like,
Wait.
By association.
Yeah.
Alumni.
Yeah.
Alumnus.
So I'm thinking,
Ukaitwa Upper Hill.
Yeah, I'm thinking towards Upper Hill. And now I'm thinking either, if not Upper Hill, then it was Highway. Either Highway or, you know Highway?
mbona
I've
umesai?
heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Yeah.
And now you know why? Maybe I wouldn't have
Yeah.
gone for that choice.
Yeah, I
so
do.
my
I
from
don't
my
know
end,
why.
you don't know about it?
You don't
We'll
know?
talk about that.
Okay. Tupate nyuma ya tena. You don't understand.
Ni nyuma ya tena.
Anga our audience wenye walisomea huko.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about the choices then. But then the reason was my parents thought, okay, I think you would have done better. Maybe you were rushed. Maybe you do better. And if you're okay with it, maybe it's time you
Repeat.
So I am a repeater.
Oh, goodness.
Repeater.
Yeah. Hooray, me too.
You are?
Me too.
Me too.
You too? Looks like it was a thing.
Yeah, so
There's a thing about that.
but then I didn't repeat at Le Pic. Got scholarship by God's grace. So an interview happened where my mother actually was the one who fronted my name to some institution just in Kawangware. And from there they said they would pick me and I would go to Laser Hill Academy.
Wow.
The school.
The Liza Hill.
Culture shock.
We didn't
I know,
like you
right?
guys. We didn't like
You
you
didn't
guys.
like Laser Hill?
So just achana na hiyo mambo ya
But no,
the.
this is academy.
Yeah, it is the
Still
academy.
Laser Hill.
Primary.
Yes.
Bado iko na hiyo.
Mlikuwa na
laser.
beef na primary kama hapa.
Bora tu ni laser.
Mkopeti. Mkopeti. Goodness.
on.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah, you need to unpack.
Patane kando.
So you went for 1 year now.
Yes, 1 year only.
You did your class 8.
Yes, I did my class 8. But Laser Hill was amazing in the sense that
Was it?
Oh, you're saying about culture shock.
culture
So
shock.
let's unpack.
Yo,
Let's unpack.
you thought you were going to a
Mtoto
private
Ongwaro.
school. Hey, ulikuwa unaendanga private ya Ongwaro. Because boss, there are levels.
This is
Ama there are
private.
levels.
There's private lower, private middle, private upper.
Way.
Private upper.
Eh?
Yeah.
I've heard you said private upper, so I thought,
Yeah, private.
sorry, go
You are
on.
lost. But man, so Laser
I will
Hill
talk to my
was
producer akutoe set yangu.
another level, and it showed me that the people who don't have issues in terms of what keda you are in, they are like, you are a friend, and they will,
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
like that's the people I met.
Inclusion.
Yes, and they would include me in their dealings. There wouldn't be like that part of your visiting portion versus my visiting portion can't be compared. Oh man, I met people who have a heart.
Oh, it was boarding?
Yes, it was boarding. Yes. My boarding life began in class 5. I think from there I've been boarding
till high school.
Yes.
Okay.
Was it? No, actually. I remember the time I was now crossing over the skipping thingy. That's when I moved to boarding.
Oh, okay.
So that was class 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Not as early as I thought. Yeah. But then henceforth. And I would say if you are to take your children, take them early to boarding. I think it helps them settle.
There's a lot of hardening that happens in boarding school that I love.
So did I miss out?
A lot. Well, honestly,
it helps with the mental.
It builds a lot of character.
Yeah, you'll grow. You see the dependency. Well, it's.
Am I lacking that?
No, you're not lacking.
Well, you said it, not me.
Maybe it works for others.
Yeah.
Maybe it works. It worked for me.
Yeah.
Because I think I was dependent. I was clingy. I would want to be having my parents, and I felt that on my first months in boarding. Like, nimeachiliwa aje.
Yeah.
But then with time you're like, I don't even need my parent on my neck.
You don't.
You're even the one rushing to school. So even when people are struggling, you are more like, this is my daily bread. Yeah. Let me have it. Yeah. So
how was the performance the second time?
I got 449. I missed by a month.
Hey, you cannot just say that.
Anasema ni kama ati tuseme
tuendelee. Now let me break it down so that you don't see how smart I wasn't as smart that year. That year was the best. Acha tusikie. That year was the best ever, and people were saying there was leakage. Well, in our side there wasn't any leakage. I think there was a first person who got a 480 that year. Yeah, so maybe
in Kenya.
Yeah, it was in Kenya.
It was 500.
Yes, it was 500.
480 out of 400, you got 449.
Amazing, yes, because I was Rift Valley. I didn't even make in the Gazette.
Still.
In the newspaper, I wasn't even in the list. I got her for 49.
Ayukukwa gazetted.
That is top 100 people. You can't.
In the country?
In my province, what other country? In the province, I didn't even make the cut.
You didn't even make top 100?
I didn't make the cut.
Oh.
Kwa hivyo for 70s, for 60s,
so for 50 was the last.
Eh.
Yes, in that year.
So you missed it by 1 point to make it to top 100?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bama.
Well, maybe for a good cause.
Yeah.
Prides. Kichwa ingekuwa kubwa.
Ndio maana by the uko humble. Ulikuwa humble ndio time, so till date.
Life was humbled mean
But for 49, that's amazing. Like those are high
it's a
marks.
repeater.
It's okay.
Bede pia huyu acting producer, director. Alitop. Alikuwa kwa gazeti.
Yeah, ali make it.
That's a difference, I would say.
Na kiburi. Acha tu.
Lazima tujue alikuwa Alliance.
Acha tu. Anyway, for 49, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How was the recipient? Yeah, at home.
They loved it. They were so happy. Yeah, it was so good. I also loved it because the first choice of my school is where I went. I went to Maseno School.
Your first choice was Maseno, not
yes.
Alliance.
Not Mangu, not Alliance.
Not Starehe.
Yes.
Not Upper Hill.
Yes. So let me break it down again. I'm running away. You see, we're saying about there's a time when you start early in life, you now don't want to be not be part of, but then you feel like, let me even go further and be independent. And I was thinking, let me go even further. Kisumu.
Or like
Mango will be close. They'll be like coming every other time.
Maseno, they have to plan.
But Mungo ni nani? They shifted the following year when I was going to Maseno.
They moved.
So my dad got a transfer.
See God.
That was God.
I know your mom was so happy. It was like, now nimekaribia mtoto wangu.
Yeah.
So alihamia wapi?
Kisumu. The place, you know Kisumu?
I have been to Maseno when I was in high school.
Oh, you know Maseno, the area. So we were in Kisumu, the city. So we were just close to Nyalenda. If you've been to Nyalenda.
I've never been to Nyalenda, but nimekuwa tu hapo Maseno.
Oh, you know Maseno, the area.
Najua tu shule hiyo high school imepakana na campus.
Yes.
Just kuvuka tu barabara.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sija travel Kenya.
Yeah, Maseno was amazing. Maseno is hard life. Oh man, this is hard knock. It is another
Iko tu
level.
tumeenda benchmarking and let me tell you. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think
You go to
geography.
Maseno, you survive anywhere for sure.
Hey,
For
like the high school or
sure.
the area, the high school itself.
Oh, the life in high school itself.
You see, I get very many stories from my pals,
Yeah.
boys' schools and girls' schools. Now, when you're talking about it, you realize how life is in girls' school and boys' school. It's so different. You guys used to scramble for food.
Yeah.
Mnapandiliana juu ya canteen.
Unasema wewe nichukulie uji,
Uji,
cha nitakuskramia.
mnapata.
Acha mimi nikuskramia wewe nichote chai.
Yeah.
Like
Brother.
that is
And if you don't
proper
want that
hardening.
hustle, you just stay hungry.
Yeah.
So it's either you just grow the muscle and fight your...
Yo.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah, life was different.
Yeah.
Life
And scrummy, like everywhere. Even for water.
maji ya nini ya
Ya
kuoga.
kuoga. Buddha boss. Even if there's something at 10 o'clock when we were going for a break, there was something called carbon. Carbon is this coffee black tea.
Okay.
It was black like tar for real.
Really?
Yeah, that's why we called it carbon. But even for
Mulikuwa
that,
mnapatiwa
yeah,
at 10.
tunapewa, yeah,
Oh, tea break ama short break?
tea break.
Tea break
It was-
mnapatiwa kahawa.
Yeah.
Hey, we thank God for karoti.
Yeah, it was so good.
Nini?
Yeah. Even
Tea.
4 o'clock, I think there was the break where
Coffee.
we would get
Black.
black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, life was good.
But you really enjoyed living in Maseno.
Oh man, so this is the beauty of it. Once you get out of Maseno, you look at that life, you're like, hey, man, we had the best.
You had the
Because
time. We had the time.
there's no one who can give you a story that is greater than Maseno's.
Really?
Well, I'd like to hear.
I can.
You'd like to hear?
I can.
Mimi nilikuwa shule bushi.
Yeah, I can.
Watoto
Ilikuwa tu fattening camp.
from a bushi side. Not from a, you see now that one is from a bushi side, not from a struggling
Yes,
side.
Bushi gani?
Yes.
Si bushi,
Struggle?
fattening camp.
It was all about hiyo tutaongea tu off camera.
Okay.
Tunaweza kuwa cancelled sahi.
Okay.
Yeah. So that happened. I did perform as expected
in
at
Form
school. No, more like I struggled to keep up.
Oh.
I thought I would, and that's why I'm saying I thought I was the smart. Yeah.
Okay.
Until you meet the smart ones. Eish. You are shown good dust, and you appreciate.
And I feel like there's a lot of pressure coming from, you got for 449 marks.
Yeah.
So you have to perform.
Yes. But really, that year I told you people performed. You are among the best.
Ni wangapi waliingia Maseno?
Oh, people did get more than that.
Hey.
That got into Maseno. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, that year
More than
people,
449.
people got high marks. that
Maseno is
year.
like an A-list
It is.
national school.
Maseno is the school. We don't brag like Elias, but it is the school.
Okay.
Yeah. But so talking about my 4 years in high school, things I struggled with were biology, chemistry, those signs. But math and physics, I think they were easy with me. So I flew by it. I think those were my strongholds. And I got the chance to go to a good uni. So I got to go to,
The
yes,
University
thank you for
of
finishing.
Nairobi. Nimeona tu nikajua, yeah, this is UN.
Hata hiyo Kenya campus nimeona ni branch ya UN.
The Kenya
Hiyo
campus.
Kenya Science, sorry.
Oh, it's part. Yeah, it is actually. It is part of
It's
your
still
end.
there.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Thank you for
Oh,
confirming.
wow.
Yeah.
So you went to UN.
Yes,
The-
I went
Yeah,
to
the-
UN.
oh,
Mtakosana bure. Sema
The
the
University of
Yeah,
Nairobi.
and I went for economics. The reason why I went for economics was to try run away from accounts because I thought accounting was boring. I didn't want to see myself trying to balance some.
Shit.
And I thought economics would give me some footing, maybe be in the field, do something which is different here and there. So I thought that was the way to go. So yeah.
I can tell you that for the 2 years I did economics, I didn't even know economics mtu anaweza enda field. I can't even tell you that. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So you did economics?
Yes.
Pure economics?
Pure economics. Yes, but that's not where I ended.
So you did business in high school too?
Yes, I did business.
Okay.
Yes, I knew I would want something like that again because my dad is
Oh,
an
he's also...
accountant.
Oh!
Yes.
But you were escaping it.
Yes.
You thought he lived a boring life.
Well,
Or he had a
yes.
boring career.
He's very good with numbers.
Yeah.
And for him, I agree. He should have taken that route. But for me, I thought I would find it boring or I would struggle. So I thought escape with economics. Yes, and maybe you'll find your footing as you go ahead.
Else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Did I mention that in my waiting time I went to Strathmore?
The period between finishing Form 4 and joining?
Yes.
Fanya?
Is ACCA.
We were talking about CCO of camera. Nilikuwa nasema ati hata mimi hiyo ka break nilikuwa nasema ati I'll do a professional course to whatever you were saying.
Yeah.
Ati to add, you said
To
something.
add on. Yeah, a CPA. Me thought I'd do a CPA.
Yeah, so I did it and it charazed me proper.
Nasikianga ni ngumu.
Well, it needs some seriousness. I think I was not as serious.
Hey.
I think when I got some freedom, I may not have been as serious. But it is a very good course. Yeah, competitive, I would say, for anyone who would take it.
How long is it? How many classes did you take?
I did until, so it goes F1, F2, F3 for the first sem, 4, 5, 6 second. So I did until F9. Yeah, but you should go, I think, until 12.
Also,
for you
only
to
3
get
more
the-
Fs.
Yeah, but I didn't pass the other ones. There were some unaanguka and you're thinking I'm not even going to redo that. The way charas at me. So yeah, that happened for me, and I was like, let me escape, go to uni and do something that I think I like. Economics is very interesting. I loved how it
I beg
went.
to differ, but okay. Moving on.
I hear you. Yeah, so finished that, graduated, but then I didn't get a job with economics. So that's where
At
my
an
life.
internship. At an attachment, nothing.
Yes. And this is now 2013. And I know you want to do your math.
I am already doing the math.
Great.
It's okay.
You won't get the math somewhere, I know.
I will get an approximate. Nitakwambia tukimaliza kurecord.
Okay. So 2013 is when we finish, and it's also when I come to Kahawa West. So I had cousins here in Kahawa West who hosted me for a very good while, and thanks to them because they introduced me even to Kahawa West Baptist Church. Now initially, so one of my cousins used to go to KAG, Kenya Assemblies of God, just by Kahawa West past, is it Mukasa, Joseph?
Yeah,
Mukasa, yeah,
yeah.
just down there, yeah. It was good. I also met friends there, very good friends. But then now, I didn't click so much with that. So the other cousin is the one who introduced me to
KWBC.
Yes. So the first time we come to KWBC, I meet Silas. So my cousin tells me,
Oh,
this is-
Silas, our producer.
Is he? Yes, him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
So I meet Deacon Silas. And so then he was the coordinator, the Bible study coordinator. And maybe, I think after our first service, I think he saw me and my cousin. So my cousin, we were there like thinking, do we go in? Do we not go in? So he saw us somewhere. So he came with a convincing voice. Join this side. This is where you should be going. We do Bible study.
Yeah.
This is your place.
Yeah.
So convincing as he was, we joined. The group was called Claire's. That was the young adults
Nakumbuka.
then. Yes.
Like in a cloud or something.
So Cloud was another team also that was as Claire's. But all of them, they were young adults, yes. And so I got to meet people who love God. Like, another level. And maybe so I skipped my life maybe in my Seco, how I walked with God in between, but maybe I'll come into it later. But then it's at this time I got to understand the word of God more. Yes. Because I met people who would want to chambua words deeply. And they loved God with their weaknesses. In terms of, we are coming as real as we are, not trying to have any face covering, but as we are, we want to know God. So that's where I got to meet good servants of God.
Good people.
Yeah, Pastor Maura. I think it's in that fellowship that I also got to know him. You may know Pastor Maura also, and other good pastors who have come to our church. So that's my short life and history. Yeah.
At this point, ukijoin Claire's.
Eclairs.
Ni sweet. Sorry, I'm sorry. Ukijoin Claire's, you had already graduated, you said.
That was my graduation year.
Oh, that was your graduation year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So your calculation you can do your calculation.
Nitafanya. Ninaziandika chini.
So remember my life was in
Economics.
in Kisumu.
Oh,
Remember
Kisumu. You came back to Nairobi.
Yes. So my life was Riruta Baptist Church. All my life till Seko. I go to Kisumu. They also shift to Kisumu. Then I get a church. We started with a church called Nyalenda Baptist, but then I went to now Kisumu Pentecostal. So I went to Sitam.
What's the shift? Why
the shift?
Why the shift?
I think I resonated well with this team. Okay, so the youth at KPC Kisumu Pentecostal, I think we clicked easily. I felt there was good fellowship for the youth. So I also went for dancing. That was the first thing.
Trevor.
So I went for dancing.
You're joking.
And that's what attracted me. And I would say maybe these activities that happen for you here and there, maybe somebody hearing there's drama, there's dance.
Yeah.
That's what will first attract them.
True.
But then what will keep them will be the word of God.
Yeah.
Because I remember again, I was flawed. I met people who could dance. Man! People can dance. Oh, man.
Mifupa singu.
I thought I could dance, but I don't know how to dance. So I from there, I got people who loved drama. So I left dancing. I went to drama. I loved drama.
The theater.
Because then it was more, get the lines of this script and now give it. And it was so good because we would go to Sekos. We would do ministry in Seko.
Through plays.
Yes, through plays. It was so good. Yeah. What I loved most was we did fellowships, and that's where we used to do our Bible studies. And our lead there called Hansel, shout out to him. He's now, I think, in Sitamgong. He would walk us through a book. He would do expository fellowships where we are learning through a book. You're there digging into what is the word of God saying. And you'd, unatoka hapo kama kwanza uko challenged, you're like, yes, I need to change my life. Let me look at life in another way.
Yeah.
So that's what kept me there. I struggled with, this is for me, my work in salvation. I struggled with secular music. And that's a topic for discussion for those who want us to debate.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt that secular music would derail me. I would want to either dance like them, want to listen to their words, and maybe keep them at heart.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought it would maybe derail me.
Yeah.
But then
Faith-wise.
And I thought it was impossible living secular music.
It's a struggle. If you talk about it, if you talk to people,
yes,
it's a major struggle.
Yes. And from there, I met people who are like, we listen to gospel 24/7. I was like, is it even possible?
How is that? Akina Rose Muhando.
You know that hiyo hizo ama ni za kina Rose Muhando ama contemporary.
Like they would do rock, they would do hip hop, they would do anything but gospel. It doesn't have to be like now mix it with anything new that has come. So I thought it was impossible until I met them, and I was like, what have I been doing? And now when you meet such circles, you're like, boss, you are the one who's behind. Because people talk about charts. Like there was a chart called Countdown 20. It was being released every year. You needed to know which song made it to top 20 this year.
Yeah.
Boss, you're like, people keep these records.
People keep up.
You're like, hey, yeah. When do
no, this is the Countdown 20 gospel.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are hits. There'll be mix of rock, the other hip hop, and they'll make it to the chart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Where have I been all my?
Yeah. Kumbe there's good gospel music.
Life on this other side. Yes. And it was so good, eye-opening to know that there's that life, and I enjoyed it. So I got back to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I'm in uni. I don't have a church. So what I do is I go to my other cousin's place around Lavington, and we would go to Sitam Woodley. So I loved to associate with Sitam then because I felt it was homely.
Yeah.
But then now when I got to Kahawa West, when I was being hosted by my other cousins, since when now I shifted everything, and I was back home to Baptist because I've been raised Baptist, and I love the way Baptists do their thing.
If there's something I like about people who worship in Baptist churches, it's how they always strive to get a Baptist church around them for that, because Baptist is very homely, and when you move from one Baptist to another, I mean, it's not very different, and you will feel associated with the Baptist church. So I think hata mimi nikahama.
Najua
I'd get
Baptist haina
another
mambo mingi.
Yeah.
Sisi tunafuata tu Bible. Hakuna
There's
masho
that.
ati add-ons, just venye tu Bible iko.
Yeah.
I've heard
Doctrine
people
ego
moving abroad and having to look for a Baptist
Baptist
church.
church.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is great. Trevor, after graduating with a degree in economics. Pure economics. What did you do? Juu umesema hukupata kazi.
Yes.
Hata attachment, hata internship, nothing.
Yes.
What was next for you?
Well, nilitafuta.
Uli apply?
I applied. I think there was some not good news. Well, not like there were those at
Hata internship?
No, none.
Oh, good.
No. And unless the ones that I did in uni.
While in
remember,
school?
Yeah, the ones that you have to. None did I get. But then I was introduced to social media management by my brother. And that's where I got the first placement with his friend, and I got to...
Which company or
what they were doing.
What brand were you
supporting them?
for?
So them, they were hired. There's a company called Mamaye Africa, supporting mothers and mortality rates. That was their the main thing actually, not core. And so I was there to support with having engagement on their socials, mostly on Facebook. But things went well. I think we didn't really do much. There came a time when it just stopped. I got to do several ones, the social media management with other companies, startups, and in the same line. I think they didn't mature. They didn't feel any vibe from my end.
I wonder what they were looking for, because at that time the social media too ilikuwa imeingia.
Yeah.
So what were they grading you on?
Well, I believe...
Wakisema you're not matching up to their...
I think there's some level of engagement when you're looking at how a post is working.
Performing, yeah.
Yes. Maybe you'd want it to get to millions of reach, or you are chasing around thousands, now you are chasing hundreds. They would have that feeling.
There was a drop.
Yes.
Okay.
One that is noticeable.
Yeah.
And then you would be like, maybe you are not the right guy for this. And then there's a way culture and language flows. Maybe you'll notice there was a previous social media manager who would vibe with the audience, and the new one is not, they are not feeling the person.
Okay.
So maybe you'll see that engagement is dropping, and you'd know that maybe
this is not
working.
Yeah.
So that happened till 2015 when I got into online jobs.
So you did social media managing for 2 years?
Yes, 2 years basically. Yes, that is
Gig on gig.
Yes, yeah, God is there for sure. There's nowhere. Yes. And there's a time I think I was working for 3 companies
at the same time.
Yes.
You were social media managing.
Yes.
You can actually do that.
Yes, you can. Yeah, because what really do you need is maybe a post for that moment, and maybe you know how to engage. Either you'll get a notification so that you can either post back.
So you had to learn editing,
photos,
maybe Adobe Illustrator.
Not really. Yeah. Some content is available online. Maybe you'll find you do very minimal editing. Maybe you just need a GIF that you feel people relate to, and your words are what will matter. Maybe the storyline behind it, and then you put some photo there, and they're like, And you see, most of these companies have their original content. They'll want you to push their content first. So if it's maybe a restaurant, it's their food first before a funny thing or a news thing. So they already will give you those images, what they want to push for the day, videos they will give you, because it's their content first.
So wanatengeneza wewe wanakupea tu push.
Your work is to manage their social media, because our wakubwa, they don't have time to post on Instagram. So wewe ndo una post and monitor how the pages are performing.
So I think maybe to also answer you, I wasn't the one doing their photo editing. I think that part they would get somebody else to do. Yes. So they would do posters elsewhere, and you just get the finished work and just post.
Do you think there's any much of a difference, social media, when social media just was social media back then and right now?
Yes, for sure, because people now are on socials. I would say it's the place to go. It's not like mainstream before. If it's not on Citizen, it's not anywhere seen. If it's not on the billboard, it's not anywhere. Right now, we are following you. And then I think the way people are getting data, I think Facebook is doing mining. You search something on Google and things are directed your way.
True.
So, but I think right now, social media is still the go-to for marketing.
Yeah.
You think around how you will target a specific audience, and now reach them specific. Again, when you're talking about maybe, let's say, we want to introduce coffee, and maybe we know the age group that most likely will resonate with this is a working class, and we're talking about age 25, 35. Maybe you specify and target to that people. Whereas I think then they wouldn't. Well, then also there was that bit, but it wasn't as.
Yeah.
It wasn't as.
It was just social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's what I would say about social media. So I grew from social media and went into online work. That's where I did academic writing for a short while. Again, for ethical reasons, dropped it. And then I got...
Very few people do that.
Very few people. Oh, yeah.
Very few people drop academic writing for ethical reasons.
Oh, yeah. Now, and for... Now, that's a very good point that you've raised, because academic writing, I will tell you not for free, because you're cashing.
You're billing me after this, Trevor. Tumejuana kutoka tumejuana sijui kutoka lini, alafu you want to bill me.
Alipe.
Yeah. Usilete urafiki kwa biashara.
Yes.
Okay.
You pay me for this unsolicited. So I'll say academic writing pays way more than transcription. That is like given. It's out there. Yeah. You'll compare how you are earning this versus this. People who are doing academic writing, easily you'll find them at the top. Yeah. True. They have their houses, their flats. They are doing. Yes. But again, on the same breath, I think people who have grown in transcription and now they are the experts, they match them easily, so they will compete at that level. But for starters, an academic writer,
because you're paid per page,
load them. Yes, and there are people who get even as much money. You see, with academic writing, there are research papers, and then you can decide not to be only an academic writer. You want to be a content creative writer, and that one is even higher, because this is your fresh content. You're giving somebody else. This is not just research.
They're paying you.
Yes. And it's another amount of money.
Did you get into that content?
No, I just did academic.
Okay.
Academic is amazing because you're introduced to a life that you're not part of, but still you deliver.
You have to deliver.
Yes. What I mean also is you will learn about nursing. You studied econ.
You have to research.
You talk with a nurse, you know their language. What is your issue? I think your issue, according to my research, you're not patient-centric. You should be patient-centric.
Oh, wow. These are the terminologies you learned.
Yeah, because of the way you are into research.
And
you do other papers about security in USA, and you feel like you now understand how they work, the levels of security in their departments. You're like, now I know how these teams are, who this department does this, the other one does this. So it opens you to a lot of info. So I would say, there was that bit, but then because of the other ethical reason, you're like, let's drop this. So that was 2015, 2016, 2017, get married.
So ulifanya transcription online writing at the same time?
No. So I did the academic writing
for 2 years.
Yeah.
2015, 2016, 2017.
2017, I was now into transcription.
Okay, fully.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I get into family life. And
you
my dad is there.
Kufunga pingu za maisha.
Yes.
Pingu.
Literally.
Yeah, well.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You can't relate.
Yeah. Then I think one thing that raised the eyebrows of my parents was, we don't see you getting some salary that you can say you're going to be dependent on.
What is this online thing that you're talking about? It's not a job.
Yeah, and you're even trying to convince somebody's daughter that
I will take care of you. I am your
Trevor,
provider.
open your eyes.
They thought you were crazy.
Oh, for sure. And there was a talk, a lengthy one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like it was a decision breaker. But then I stood my ground. I was like, I don't think I'm making a decision because I have a job or not.
Yeah.
I am just marrying because I think it's time and I have to move on in my life, with my life. So we got to that part, wedded beautifully. It was an amazing ceremony.
Yeah. I was in school.
Thanks to the support of my friends, I think it was just they are coming through.
Yeah.
So then I got to so we struggled a bit. So true to their word, I wouldn't support
a bit.
Yes,
you wouldn't support.
Well, I was still supporting, but not in a way I thought I would with an extra person. So we pull hands. We are like, these funds have to be thought in one with one mind. Yes. Let's survive this. We can do it. We are a team.
Yeah. We have been made into one.
Yes. And I think I'm thankful to my wife for this part, because from there I think we understood we have a goal. Ours is not now.
Yeah.
What are we looking to get out of this? So the support came in. She was in for it. Let's do online if it's the area you want to go. So God willing, things happened. I moved to transcription. That's why I met also with our producer, and we were able to do transcription. We started small, but then it scaled up, and we were even able to do a lot. So now the tricky part is the following year, 2018, we are welcoming a baby. So we will be 3. Remember, 2 was a struggle.
3 is a crowd.
Yeah.
3 is a crowd.
And remember now that pooling of funds will now be stretched.
Yeah.
But God came through for us.
Yeah.
I can not attest to anything. Yes. So we now the transcription bit peaked well enough. We were even like, I'm supporting my wife at home. Maybe you see there's that support that's required, and then there's that money that's still coming, but you just being in transcription, and it worked very well. So that was 2018. 2019, the chairman of the church and Dr. Moses, they called me and told me, Trevor, there is this position that we can have you do, and it's the media personnel. What do you think about it? And I was so psyched up because they were helping somebody who was struggling.
And no, not needy, but I want to say needy, but not needy.
But how things play out, as maybe we were saying, is that God plans all this.
True.
That there was a
time skills ulikuwa nazo zenye ulikuwa unaambiwa si enough.
Yes, and they did work for them.
Zilikuwa zinahitajika hapa.
Yes.
Did you see it coming? No,
I didn't. I can't even claim that I was ready for it. Even for merit, I don't think I would claim that I'm the best engagement personnel. I think I've seen my past, it has worked out. But then God knew how it would work for church. I don't know what stirs up in me when I just hear things are for the gospel, for God. There's a way I'm ready.
Joy.
Even if I'll give my small, I'll give my small 100. Like I won't give 50% of it. So I'll be like, whatever I learned. Was it scheduling? Was it something to do with how you can do your metrics when you shorten your URL and you can give a report on it? Can you give reports on engagements? Man, I will give my all. So I was in, and I went in, came in with my knowledge about social media, brought in for Kahawa West Baptist Church. We were able to build into the presence, and our numbers grew. We also got into engagement on WhatsApp. Now, the support I was offering, I think, was both for the presence on social media, but also be in touch with the people
members
in church. Yes, because there is that part. They want to be either informed of how are things working, and they don't get that info from maybe the pastor, or maybe they have to wait for the Sunday to be informed
for announcements.
But then if they have this social and they easily can get you on WhatsApp, you are there thinking, let me chat this person. They have this need, and so also WhatsApp picked up, and it would be an area where we would give more information for people who would want.
Oh, so you're done hooking up with the groups?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cause-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, that time there was a reason for it. Yes.
Group 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I remember there's a time when
you get messages.
Yes.
Sasa kuna wana groups. I don't know how you did that.
Yes.
I tried nikashinda but naonanga hata nikituma natuma kwa group 1 2 3 4.
Ah.
Then it goes to the
Whole church. Yes. Remember there's a
But
time
the group
WhatsApp
inakuja as an text.
single.
Eh.
Ah.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I
Nina
think-
hang.
Like you see the text you've got right now.
Oh yeah.
Sasa imetumwa kwa group 1 2 3 4. Imeendea the whole congregation.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
I think there was an issue with WhatsApp that time where it had a limit of 256.
6 people per group.
Yes, and so our church is big,
Yeah, so
and they
many
want to maintain
members.
them,
Yeah.
so you don't want to leave anyone out. So you would
You
want
break
to
it
have
down.
yes, and so that's how we began. Yeah, and we ran with it. So that happened. I loved church life because church life introduced me to corporate life because what people don't see with churches, maybe they see the front face, the pulpit, beyond the pulpit,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then they don't know what really happens day to day.
Behind.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
They think
that's
such
our job.
Yeah, they think
Yeah, oh, now
pastors
this is-
wake up. They think pastors wake up and just come to
Yeah.
church to preach.
Yes.
They don't know Monday to
oh
Saturday.
man,
they're
they
there.
do a lot. Man, especially for our church, what I know, both groups, the pastors and the deacons, they play a huge role. Even the preparation of things, like they're involved in everything.
Every single thing.
Because they have to be informed of members, how they are dealing
Yeah.
with issues. They have to counsel them. They have to be available for prayers if they've been called. They have to prepare again for the sermon. Yeah.
You
Now,
can imagine alafu mtu
Yes.
anakuja kwa pastor anambia pastor unikumbuki. Pastor ameona 1500 people.
yes.
Ti
yeah.
pastor atakumbukangi watu.
Yeah.
He's seen so many people. Anyways, go.
I like that you've mentioned about the behind the work that goes behind the pulpit.
Sure. Yeah, it's so amazing, and I'd be happy to say also that
Yeah.
the person I was working with, and I hope you'll bring them.
Yeah.
She worked amazingly. She's the one who introduced me to administration, like the front desk, whatever is happening
How
right
did you
now.
know?
Wanja.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So adminning at the front desk is not an
Easy job.
yes, like a piece of cake thing. You just don't say I got this week covered. No, if you have 4 right now. I'm thinking the person there. You have 4 pastors to take care of, and that bunch of deacons.
Yeah.
They'll need reports. You're the one to know where it is. Either maybe file for them or even print for them if they will request you, and you are the one to even prepare for them meetings. So the person at the front has to know the church program next is we want to have our Holy Communion. Do we have the material? By material I mean, do you have the bread and the wine? Yes, you have to be on board.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even the baptism lazima ajue. Child
Yes,
dedication.
yes, exactly.
lazima
Preparation
kuwe
of certificates, and even you
all
are
the members,
on
all the members
board.
kwa discipleship.
Yes.
Oh, kazini si tu kusmile na.
Visitors.
The person there at the front desk, for sure, they do a lot.
It's not just smiling and
It
telling you,
is
no,
by
he's not in today.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, they do a lot. And I think...
Appointments.
yes,
I'm
you have to
thinking
book
about it
appointments.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah,
You're
sit
always
them.
smiling. You are
Well,
always smiling.
you just have to do it for the grace. God's grace is
Grace
grace is
unto you.
sufficient.
Because receptionists are always making, you can stereotype
Front
Yeah.
desk.
always unakujanga hapo unakuangalia saa unataka,
Yeah.
But you have to smile.
but he was always smiling.
Fake it. Fake it till
Were
you
you
make
faking
it.
it?
Well,
That's customer service for
I
you.
don't think you'll come to understand that you need to be welcoming. You are representing church, you are representing Christ. Like
When you can-
for that face there, you are and even more than the church, Christ. Because you don't want somebody who's not a person, like a visitor kabisa, they are a guest, and they're coming there and they'll say like, where that those people are unwelcoming.
Yeah.
And it's because of that one person.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a bad day, something
Yeah.
just happened, and you now have shown that they are
Unwelcoming.
yes.
A different. Yeah.
Yeah, so you learn to be every moment with every person. You just give them their time. So give them the ear, attend to them as you would an elder, like the way you would attend to an MP, attend even to the list, because it will be noted. It will be noted, especially by visitors. They'll be like, that person is so good, but it's because you've just cut across and said, I will deliver for all of you in the same manner. I think that's what people will remember, the service.
And it's interesting that you mentioned about your career upward being in front office,
Yeah.
because they're also in ushering, which is pretty much the same thing.
is.
Like you have to be very welcoming. You see, they say ushers just smile a lot.
Yeah.
Even if you have a bad day or if someone has angered you, because
Yeah.
as an usher, lazima udirect msike mahali pa
Man,
kuketi.
yes.
And then you're the one who is standing at the door. This is you're the first person.
They'll see.
They'll see, so they
Yes.
can't see you frowning.
Imagine.
Because how?
See that?
Why are you frowning at? It's 9 a.m. in the morning. Why are you frowning?
Why?
Yeah, you need to be welcoming now. Ndo service iende live vizuri.
Kasirika na huko.
Ewe, kasirika baadaye, usikasirika kwa mlango.
Tukue wazuri. Unajua Asha sema unaingia church na kupea bulletin. Unampita tu.
Hata salamu. Gosh, let's not even. Kuna watu hata wasalimiana.
I check nachukwanga bulletins like 6 times. Ile tu stakangi tu
Kumpita.
juu
Atistaki
again,
leo.
because I get in church a lot of times.
Yeah.
Kwa media room hivyo natoka. Sasa nikiingia Asha lazima atanipea.
Yeah.
Nachukua tu.
They forget. They do forget that they've handed.
Yeah.
Because
Keep it sharp.
yeah, they deal with a lot of
Yeah.
people. Oh wow. So how long do you work up for?
3 years. So it was 2019, 2020 COVID year. I think it was our best year. And then 2021.
What do you mean best?
Best because we were supporting the church. Like we were running as if things are normal.
Yeah.
For us, we were
You
still.
had to.
Yes, we were still there.
And then now
Yes.
this is when social media, now you had to be very vigilant about it
Yeah,
because of
keep people
online
updated.
services.
Yes,
And
yeah.
all of, oh wow.
Yeah.
Because at that point your church ilikuwa imesimamishwa.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're not attending physical churches.
Yes.
Now you had to think
Inform people.
because you cannot just stay at home and not
Yes,
listen to the word.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they were very considerate. There are times if you would feel ill and it was flu or cold, please stay at home.
Yeah.
They were good. They understood that part and we appreciated actually. So that happened 3 years, and then I requested to leave my job. I asked chairman to maybe just allow me to try something else.
Okay.
And he was so good. He said, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, go spread your wings, try something else, and it was so good. So 2022 of January, I think that of January is when it was my last Sunday working at the office. Yeah, then from there I get into a new job. Now this job that I'm talking about was introduced to me again by my brother. So you see my brother.
Your brother has played like a major role.
Major role, yes. So he was there 2013.
Oh wow.
Roger.
Big up Roger.
Have a brother.
Yes.
Please, brothers, see what other brothers are doing. And I'm talking to mine directly.
Yeah, so he played a good role. So he was like, I think there's something I want to start. I want us to be on board. So we began. So he calls me and a friend of mine. We meet at Garden City. He's like, there's something called Salesforce, and I'm thinking I can train you.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yes, and you will learn. So then I'm psyched up. I'm like, what's this?
What?
Let's get into it.
Okay.
So
what's that way supposed to be?
So first year. So Salesforce is a customer relationship management software that's supporting users have a database online where it's a centralized system that we say cloud-based that it can be accessed anywhere. So Salesforce in itself will proudly say they are the best right now, best CRM. They have a reason to.
Umesema customer relationship
management system. Yes,
okay.
CRM, yeah.
Okay.
And what these systems do majorly is just to have a support of contacts. You get in contact with them, engage with them.
Okay. Okay.
But then also keep up with your reports and analysis on board, so that maybe your management is involved with the reporting.
Mimi ninataka you give us an example. You can create a company in your head.
Yeah.
And now give us an example of what Salesforce does,
What
in
it
case
does,
someone does not understand what engaging with customers is.
Okay.
Yeah, let's be practical.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's be practical. So right now there is BTP. This is Beyond the Pulpit.
Yes.
And so we are saying we want to understand how we do our things. Maybe we support the needy in this community. And we have programs aligned to that. Maybe there's some training. Maybe we go to their level and we want to maybe support them through their chamas and things. The first place we would want to have these records is maybe Excel. Maybe we want to put their name, their names,
Yeah.
people we want to engage with. These are the persons we felt they are needy and we could support. So initially what people do is have an Excel.
Sheet,
of,
yeah.
either Google Sheet or
Yeah.
even on Excel. And that's how you'd want to keep a record.
Yeah.
But then when you're asked about maybe critical things like how many trainings have you had, how many people did come for the first training, how many came for the second, do you have that information?
No.
You'll find that maybe yes you do, but then they are everywhere. Person
yeah.
X also recorded. Maybe that's where Larry came in and they recorded for you on a day when you weren't available. And so you have spreadsheets here and there, they're not in one space. So maybe he's also the one doing training, you're the one who's doing us visiting them on the ground. But then you don't have one central place to say what's our analysis of how we do our training and also how we serve them. So when you now talk about a system is what will now have everything in one place. And that's where maybe a CRM will work and come in handy, so that you can now say this is how we relate with our team here in Nairobi, and that's what they do when they visit or even when they train the young men or the women there. This is the much amount of money that we give a household when we want to support them in terms of they don't have food. When we want to also to support their tuition and fees, this is the amount of money. But then now you have a place you can say,
A central
a report, I can say,
Okay.
this year we were able to give 5 million, or this year we were able to support 500 children. So you have a place you can quickly do a report and give your board and say,
Analysis
let's talk
is
about.
made easier.
Yes,
Oh,
so you see everything is about analysis and data, because you want to see where are you headed with this. But then now Salesforce is coming out as that system where more than that, because now I've talked about one area and it's as if I've talked about non-profit and how it's supporting people, but people talk about sales also. There are companies,
even in business,
banks that use these things, because they'll want to keep tabs with whatever they do. The people who will use it in hospitals, case management, and how they will want to have incidents also captured in their system. So things like that will work in the same
it's very
system.
vast.
It's vast, so it's just one place that you can do a lot. And so that's where I come in with support. And my support is mostly for the people who will have this soft system, and they will want support in that manner.
So things like HMIS.
For sure, even the
Things like
HMIS
what?
can be in that. So
Hospital management.
yes, they can be input in that, because you see the end point is that you want to see something that can help run your day-to-day activities. So all that can be input in Salesforce and you can run it. Now Salesforce in itself can also not handle some other things that you feel like you easily work with. So for instance, what I mean is maybe you do reports elsewhere. You are used to doing reports on Power BI. So Power BI is a Microsoft tool that supports that bit. But then Salesforce also has its own, and they have even better. But because of your use cases, you feel like I don't want to leave whatever I've been doing. I want to still do my reports here. So there's integration where now Larry comes in with his skills. So you can integrate your systems so that they talk to one another. If maybe you have your information in Google Drive, you don't want to remove things there, there's a way you can still get your information in Salesforce, interact with it, and still work with both systems. So that's where it is becoming a beauty of working with a CRM that can integrate with
other
other applications. Yes, kabisa.
Okay.
Because you're talking about how do I play about payment. If I want to do payments through M-Pesa, will there be an API integration? When I want to do maybe accounting using the same interface, can I talk to my what's this tool? Maybe Navision. Can I talk to those accounting tools? Can they talk to one another so that information is central here and also still doing the financial bit? So it offers that ability.
It's beautiful to see how you can applications and technology is just is it part of technology? I don't know.
It is.
But IT is really making work very, very, very easy.
Yeah.
I remember we had a guest who was talking about not a software, what do we call it? A system, procurement. Like now companies can have other, you can now, you remember? Yeah, you can have a system where now you can record the same thing. It's almost, now it's the same, but now that these ones are dealing with sales. You're dealing with a whole lot. So anyone can use Salesforce.
Anyone can use Salesforce.
Anyone. I can use
it.
it for my household. My future household.
Yeah. No,
maybe with.
So the question would be.
For what?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, what we are even proposing with where I work at, Wezana, we support non-profit companies, majorly because Salesforce already supports them. Salesforce has this thing it calls the 1%. So it's 1% of its sales it has given to the non-profit world.
Oh.
So in the non-profit world, they cater for churches, charities, and non-profits, so that they won't be charged for the 10 licenses for a Salesforce platform. So they are pricey licenses, but then they will let you know that now you can start using Salesforce and we will give you your first 10 licenses for free.
Yeah.
So what maybe you'll have a cost of is maybe the implementation, where you don't have the know-how to do the things inside Salesforce. You will need maybe a consultant. That's where we come in, help you implement that, and you're on board. Yeah.
So if an organization needs to use Salesforce, they need a Salesforce consultant. To help them manage.
Yes, to maybe for the first timers they would need.
So that they can also learn. So you do offer trainings per se to now the employees over there.
Yeah. I would say, and this is for everyone, anyone who's doing anything that is skillful. When you're done with your part, and especially IT support, maybe think how you are giving very good support, that you've not left the other person almost lame or disabled. They can still work them. That for me is a well done support, because you have not only catered for their current issue, but you've shown them, you've enabled them for the future. You don't want to be getting calls for
every
the same
single
issue.
Minute.
The other time you had an issue because of a bug that we sorted with you. Like, I don't want to hear the same calls or email. I would be happy to hear that those are things I handle internally.
I know how to do
right
that.
now. And that's why I'm even charging you, or now we consultants are charging you, is because you have brought up something new that we need to research, and now maybe even also let you know how you can handle it in the future. So you see, that's where we'll come with our training bit. We support you, and then we train you so that maybe you can. But then there are things still you will be their support for sure. There are things which are technical.
Yeah, they'll need your help.
Yeah,
they'll need you.
I can imagine right now if somebody, Larry, using Larry's language, they talk about programming and coding.
Yeah.
And they're like, they've coded something. Well, the owner of that company or that Salesforce system, they may do some management of it, but then they would need the eye of Larry. Are we still doing it okay, or have we broken something else?
Yeah.
They may need some holding of the hand. Yeah.
Are you ever at the office?
Yes. So that's where God has helped me. I've never been to the office since I came out of college. Well,
freelancer. Okay, not freelancing, but
because I've been to the office. KWBC
is
an office.
After that,
after KWBC,
with this job.
No, I work remotely.
Do you have a physical office, your company?
No, we don't. We are everywhere, and so there's no reason for having a physical office. Right. Yeah, so it would mean we have maybe 5 different offices for every person. So
which is expensive.
It doesn't make sense in the end. One person in one space we are paying every month. But
I've asked that because there are some people who work online. Maybe they have like a day where they on Indanga
for meetings
with the workers. Maybe they have a managerial position, so maybe like on a Thursday. On a Thursday he goes to the office and panga kazi. But normally he works from home.
And I appreciate that. One beauty of office is the human touch. Sometimes when we work behind our computers, laptops, we lose it. You don't even know whether the other person has a mental thing they are facing. There are stresses people go through beyond normal day-to-day tasks. There are issues at home. And so when you have that touch and you can see like, hey, my friend here, Larry, has an issue, can I work with them? We can grab lunch together. This is something I will have relieved them. Or maybe we can now work together, even if not mention it during stand-up or calls, but at least on the side, there's something we are doing. Well, I appreciate what we are doing even right now, even remote. That's where people are going is, other than the formal calls that you'd want to have, side chat people. Julia Hali, be informal on WhatsApp. Try call them. Try hear what they are doing on the side, and you will grow as a human.
Yeah, there's beauty in human connection.
Yes, it
even
is.
even in the workplace.
Yeah.
What is the future of Salesforce?
So future of tech, future of Salesforce. So future of tech and future of Salesforce is the human part needs to work hand in hand with AI, and I'm thinking that's where your question is going, because people have fear, especially thinking that jobs will be out of jobs because AI is coming. For sure, AI is doing a good job, but what it's supposed to support you is make your work easier.
Yeah, it's an aid.
Yes, it's an aid.
Not a replacement.
Your turnaround time, your TAT should be now, you are doing 4 hours, do 30.
Yeah.
Because now you're thinking there's information almost in a central place, and you don't want to rework something. It's like, don't want to reinvent that which is working. So if already we know there are best maybe practices of doing A, B, and C, and you can get that maybe from online, and ChatGPT can support you in some form. You do the other part that really needed your hand. Yes. If it's maybe your eyes, because again the ChatGPT and GPTs are not like 100 there. There's some bit they will still lack. So you are the eye. You are the one to, again, was this the requirement that was requested? Is it meeting what we wanted? And then now from there you can now direct it and you finish. So you're having your projects turned around quicker than before. And maybe also you make your money faster. So the future of it is not like jobs are ending. It's more like we are supposed to take it in and work with AI. AI. I think my case would be the same way people would say about internet. Like they would think internet is coming, this is the end of our job. Well, maybe there are people who are put out of jobs, but then if they learned just using internet sending, it's another job in itself. Yes. So it's more like right now people are saying even graphics is being done by AI. Make it part of you. Like, can I make some money off it?
I really don't want to be a hater, but I don't find graphics done by AI. There's that thing that it lacks, so we still
and also with content writing, you'll find when you talk of AI, you will feel there's a personal touch amiss. A lot. It will relay. But I feel too like, hey, robot. It's just whatever you've relayed, we know. And people right now are now noticing how something generated from ChatGPT looks like. You'll be like, thank you for relaying this message, but we know you have just prompted something to give you this message, and we appreciate because it's making your work easier, but some effort.
And there's someone I saw talking about AI making people lazy, especially when it comes to content writing or a lot of, especially matters writing. Let's say speeches, even scripts, because you just need to feed it a little bit of detail, and then inakupatia kila kitu.
You direct it.
You just need it a little push, and then it gives you everything. But
even applying jobs, mtu ana prompt to a cover letter.
But now let's look at the beauty of it. Is a person who knows how to use prompts is also way skilled. I would be happy if we are talking of BTP, maybe this is the company, and right now we are saying our person here is person X. You deal with content, but then because we know we are short of capacity, try use ChatGPT, prompt it in this manner, but then try humanify, humanize. Yes, let it direct you, and then now churn our work out quicker. I'm thinking in a way we have utilized AI for our benefit.
We've also used AI at ChatGPT. If we reveal how, we will not reveal how, but we have, which is a good thing. It has given us a lot of
what
push.
you said, my previous job, we were taught how to prompt AI.
Nice.
So I can say I'm really good at prompting AI.
Really?
And it's a skill you can
It's a
attest.
skill.
Because some people will just say, give me X. And it will give them something. You're like, did you use ChatGPT? Because there's a way you
It's
can
so
ask
obvious.
it gives you something else. You're like, this is the answer that person wanted. But because of their prompt, it wasn't as,
In where I used to work, I don't know if we used to do, if him as well, we used to train an AI model. So during the training, so lazima pia tungejua how to prompt the AI. So you just learn how to prompt. Unaiongelesha tu kama say, ChatGPT nipe. So you just be like, so there's this scenario. This guy comes from this. He does this. He wanted to talk about this. Our podcast is about this. So tell me about it. Compare these
Detailed.
Bila kusound kama computer.
Robot.
But hizo AI unapatanga vitu kama definitely really kiona tu
you just know.
really ni AI bana.
I saw there's how someone can
humanify it.
Not even humanify it. You can write a speech or maybe a CV. There's someone who's showing that mtu aliandika CV yake and it was 98% AI.
You don't want to mention names.
I don't want to mention. I can't remember what. CV 98%, or even a speech. The other day, I don't know.
Yes,
I'll be cancelled. But
so you whatever prompt unapata kwa ChatGPT 0 itakwambia hata ni AI gani imeandika it is complexity.
Gemini, even speeches. Very prominent people are not writing speeches originally as they
lazy.
should. They become. You see, that's the issue. You see, that's the issue. People don't know how to humanify AI work, which is sad.
Kubwa sana ya mtu wa government.
It was 99% AI. And now you see, now if what walikuwa nasema inakuja kufukuza watu job, and that's not really it. People are just misusing it and being lazy instead of learning how to use it.
Riding on your point, I'm thinking as it is a tool, use it to maybe direct your decision. Maybe you didn't know how to start something. Then it maybe give you, and then it will spark something in you, and you'll be like, now I think let's work with this in mind, because it doesn't understand our situation. But then I think now we understand how to
go about it.
Exactly. What at work maybe inaweza kuwa na situation, then me nita prompt AI, then itaniambia I'll read through, then I'll be like now I have an idea, then I go type my own
Awesome. Awesome. There's a lot to talk about AI. A lot, and it's interesting that we've brought along so many people in IT. I think every single time we bring someone in IT, we will not fail to talk about AI, and it's beautiful, and there's growth. And I know we'll talk about it even in the near future. It's not going anywhere, and we have to adapt it.
Sure.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much, Trevor. It was a pleasure having you here and getting to know about you and your experience in work. I know we will be seeing you a lot on our set.
As the audience.
But thank you for honoring our invite as a guest this time round.
And
thank you for being a fan of Beyond the Pulpit, a very loyal fan to Beyond the Pulpit.
Subscribe.
I mean, we really appreciate loyal fans. So thank you.
Thank
you so much. And to our viewers, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sitting down or listening to us wherever you're listening to us from. Subscribers, please come over, subscribe sahi. Thank you. And be sure that you're going to release another episode very soon. So bye. See you on episode 16?
Yes.
Yeah, so episode 16.